Campsite looks good. Got my rubbish with me. The forecast promises an excellent day for an adventure today. And I'm in high spirits because I'm now off to meet Noah. And he's going to join me for this one. Hopefully one of you guys finds it more funny than that. Jeez. Wow. Who puts barbed wire on the bit you're supposed to climb over? This is not a good sign. This is the green space. I was hoping would have enough trees around the edge for me to do a stealth. But the fair's in town. What can go wrong will go wrong. Yeah, Murphy's Laws had me here, I think. Could I just slap my bivvy here? If nobody walks up through this bit, I'd be safe as houses, but obviously I don't know what's happening. How about that for an idea? My feet are feeling a lot better today than they were yesterday, comparing morning to morning. I've taped my feet up really well today to make sure I don't get any further problems on the points that are starting to show a little bit of wear and tear and fatigue. So yeah, but the rest of me is feeling very strong. My legs feel totally fine. I haven't had a single cramp. My back's in good condition. I had a couple of twinges here and there yesterday, but nothing major, just the usual sort of expected really after being out for quite some time. I think this might be the path that I need to go right on. Yep, I'm going to go right here. And this should join me to one, which hopefully is a main path heading down towards Henley-On-Thames. Right, ooh, that's a bit grim. Choose my pathway here quite carefully. Yeah, it's proven quite muddy in here. It was slow going in the evening yesterday once I got into the woods here. Ooh, there's a little cut through. Do I take that? I'm going to risk it just because it's in the right direction from what I remember from the map, I hope. And as it's not on the main path, it's going to be less trodden, therefore less muddy. And if it's a slightly more direct route, brilliant. If it's not, then I've done myself in. But I got off a little later than expected. I wanted to be off about half an hour ago. I think Noah's train gets in at 10 o'clock and I need to be there for then. Oh yes, this must be it. This must be the path that I wanted. Look at this. This is cool. I love a pathway like this. Nice and straight, really easy to walk, but super interesting. I've got like a little stream by me there. All the way through the evening and this morning, I've had this place to myself. I haven't seen a soul. It's been fantastic. So it was definitely a really good camp spot. Certainly quite a damp and cold one. I did post about that. Some of you might have seen that. It was very damp, it wasn't super cold, but the dampness just made it feel a bit worse. But as soon as I got the fire on, no problems. Oh look, I've got to cross back over this thing. Wow. Okay. This is already proving a very interesting walk. What route have I chosen here? Ooh, this looks slippy as hell. Just go for it. That wasn't too bad. Certainly a lot easier than what I did on the Pitstone 1 kilo mission. I don't know if it came across the size of that thing. It doesn't always come across that well on the camera, the different sizes of things. So something that's not that far away from me looks really far away, and sometimes something that I'm jumping doesn't look like much. It looks like the tiniest of ditches, but actually I'm jumping something that's like maybe 5-6 foot wide. And it's incredibly difficult to do when I'm holding the camera and I'm trying to get a shot at the same time. It'd be all right if it was just me, but at the pack on, I'm already finding it difficult to jump things. But oh look, no, maybe that's the path I should be on. Have I been following the wrong path? I don't know. That looks more of a main path. Look at this bridge. How cool is that? That makes me think bike track. Might have to be careful here. That feels distinctly bike tracky. Keep my ears peeled. My ears alert for any cyclists. So where are you saying I am? Yeah, I'm definitely not on the track I'm supposed to be on, I don't think. I want to be on that side of this. I think I need to be up there a bit further. There's some missing slats as well. It's pretty solid though. I don't think it'd be that solid, but it is. Yeah, I've got a feeling I need to be up there. But I'm just going to follow this along and see where it takes me. If it doesn't go up, I'm going to just force my way through. But for now, I'm going to follow it and see where it takes me. If I was 30 years younger, yeah, that maths checks out. I'd be in these parts, building dams, doing all sorts of things like that. Sort of things my boys do. Right. Yeah, this is not going up, and it's proving a bit annoying. So I think what I'm going to do is just backtrack a little bit and go up what looks to be a slightly easier route up here. Yeah, it's not a path, but all the trees have fallen down in this direction, making it a bit easier. Ooh, there's been a lot of falling trees in here. Oh, there must be a path up here if the map is to be believed. Whoa, that's a bit grim. As anyone who's followed it knows, OS Maps is not known for its accuracy. The hand-drawn monstrosity that it is, it doesn't lend to the greatest of accuracy when coming to things like GPS. But I guess when they started making that thing, GPS wasn't really a thing, and they weren't really worried about 5 meters this way or that. I still don't think this is the path I'm supposed to be on, but it might be over there. Let's see. This certainly leads to something. It's been an adventurous morning. Is this it? I don't know that this is... Ah, wait, that might be it there. Okay, there's a big ditch there. But I think this might be the way across. Yeah, that one's got a little bit of water, but it's very, very muddy. This must be the track. And as advertised by the previous tracks, this one is absolutely grim. It's just a mud bath. The very reason I didn't mind being on those little tracks, but there's only so far they'll get me before I start getting into trouble. So yeah, this has got to be the path, I hope, unless it's that way. This is the sort of thing I hate. Now it says I'm north of the line. I don't think this is the path. Is that the path then? Oh, OS Maps. Sort yourselves. Is that it? That might be it. There you go. The map does not say anything about multiple pathways from here. But yet, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this map says just in and out, just across. There's no change of direction here at all, according to the map. So that's how accurate OS Maps is, and my direction is not clear. Oh, this is a pain. I'm feeling this way. It's just ridiculous. Sort yourselves, OS Maps. Oh, it's a properly difficult path. I could do with some easier route today. Certainly this morning, I'm, as I say, I'm behind schedule to meet up with Noah. I don't think he'll be bothered if he has to wait 10 or 15 minutes for me, but I had hoped to get there early enough to have a little rest myself before we got cracking. But oh well, it is what it is. I'm just going to get cracking as fast as I can. I think I've got the energy and the stamina this morning to really crack through some miles with a bit of speed. So let's get to it. I'm going to be down in my t-shirt soon. It's already really warm. Quick cut through a golf course here. Oh, we've got a bit of downhill. There's nothing for it. I've just got to go with it. Oh, blimey. Short and sweet. Oh, it's another one. Whoa. It's easier to go with it than fight it. Oh. Oh, big old steps down. Right. And to the right here, I'll just cross over. So, just on the road for a little while now. It's the fastest way into Henley to meet up with Noah. As it's Henley. And apparently I'm now in Oxfordshire. Oh, now that's a good looking town. Henley-On-Thames. Somebody else filming. He was not as successful then. That was not the look of a man who got the shot he wanted. Oh dear, right. I'm going to wait in the shade of this building for seconds, even though it's really busy here. And I'm going to see what Noah's up to.
This vehicle is turning right.
So I head to the big street, just a little west, find a sandwich, lunch at cafe. I'll walk up and meet you around there. Okay, so he's gone to the west, so he's not meeting me here. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a likely spot for him to get a coffee at. I mean, I haven't looked to see what the reviews are like around here, but that looks like a very no-rest place to go. How's it going, man?
Not too bad.
See you.
Oh, you found a good spot.
Well, I just walked past it and I thought this looks like the sort of place you'd go.
This is a nice spot, yeah.
Yeah, so I figure we can sit outside and I can have my break up there if you want to have yourself a drink. Yeah, okay. Well, I figure just out here would be quite nice, if that's all right. Oh, yeah. So we're going to have a little break here and then we're going to carry on. Well, we just recorded loads of footage that didn't actually record, so you've missed some nice bits back there. I do apologise, but there's plenty of good stuff going ahead.
The Thames is not exactly straight.
No, but the bit that I was actually following the Thames, which is quite a bit of the London part, I was on Thames Path. I realised I could call it Thames Path, but Thames Path sounds better, and because Tim's been walking that, I'm calling it Thames Path. Silly inside joke, but there you go. I can tell you're not impressed. You're like, what on earth?
I get it. I don't know what else.
Oh man, harsh critic. Harsh critic, wow. Damn. Well, hopefully one of you guys finds it more funny than that. Jeez. That is just gorgeous. the last of Mum and Dad's chickens died.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, Panda lost the game and she died, so I've got no more chickens.
But they were quite old.
Oh yeah, they all had a good life.
Yeah.
They had a good run.
They're going to get some more.
They were talking about maybe, but having a break for a little while. Oh wow, that's something a bit different. Thank you now. Oh wow, that is postcard beautiful. I like what they've done with that. Wow. Who puts barbed wire on the bit you're supposed to climb over? That path was just filled with them flies all the way down. But quick tip for you, if you send your friend in front of you and follow really closely behind, they go for him and not you. Is that thing on your bum alive, or is that just a bit of fluff? You've got like a caterpillar on your bum. Oh, it's one of those ones that hang. There you go.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Finally made it to the parting point. This is where Noah says goodbye to us. Hope you've had a good day now.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. No, it was a good one.
I only made him stop like loads.
I had a great day.
Yeah, it's good having you, man. It was. So I'm heading down here. Noah's carrying on along this road to get to Chelsea. I don't know. Whatever it is, he's going over there to catch a train back home. And I'm heading down this way to get into Wallingford, I think,
Yeah,
to try to find a camp space and some water, because it's got quite late. But yeah, take care.
That's it.
Oh, there you go, yeah, Chelsea, there you go. Chelsea, whatever you call it. So yeah, give us that lapel mic then now.
There we go.
Excuse if that was a bit soundy. Lovely. Right, so take care now.
See ya, bye. See ya.
Well, down we go. Well, it's been a good day with Noah. Fantastic having him along. I always say this, it's good to have people along on the hikes and the adventures with me. It's always more fun. However, I'm quite glad to be on my own again so I can go at my own pace. We had to book it there at the end to make sure he could catch his train. The next one was an hour and a half later and would have him home well after dinner time, and he's got to get back to have some food, and yeah, it just would have been unfair, so we had to really book it. But that's left my feet not in the best shape, so I'm hoping as I go along the river here up towards the town centre that I'll be able to find a chair or bench to sit at. Well, that's just swung open, and they've given me a nice platform to get around the puddle, which is good because that's a big puddle. I guess I could sit under that bridge, but I'm loath to add any more footsteps than I absolutely have to, so I'm going to cut this corner with this path. I'm going to head directly up in the line that need to be going on, and yeah, just hope for a bench, which surely they've got a bench by the river, but there we go. So yeah, I think a little rest is in order. It's quite a late finish for the day compared to yesterday. I don't think it's going to be as late as day one. Well, I hope it's not going to be that late. The sort of plan is to, I mean, I haven't really reckoned these things out, you've got to remember, and the first day's plan of trying to do a sort of in-town camp went sideways, but that was on a Sunday. This is midweek, so maybe I can find a spot. I hope so. Well, it's no bench, but I'm going to sit here with my feet on this floating thing. Just need to be very careful I don't drop anything in. Especially the camera. Oh look, we've got a friend come over. I'm sorry I don't have any food for you. I'm very sorry. I love feeding the swans, but I didn't bring anything over. That was not a priority when considering what to carry on this big journey. Gorgeous day. Oh yeah, needed that rest, but I'm just at that point right now where everything's stiff and my feet just need to get back into the rhythm. It's probably going to take a while after that one. Oh, so I'm about, I'd say, a kilometre from the town centre, and a spot that I initially, when I was planning this thing, thought would make for a good spot to stealth. I think the plan right now, as much as a plan I can have, is to check out the camping space first. If I think it's a go, from there it's a short walk to some houses nearby, and I should be able to just ask somebody for some water and then head back in. If I don't think it's going to work, then I'll just carry on through the town, and before I head out the other side, I'll grab some water. Would you believe it? This is not a good sign. This is the green space that I was hoping would have enough trees around the edge and cover for me to do a stealth. But the fair's in town. Oh, which one's that? Sod's Law or Murphy's Law? No, that's Murphy's Law. What can go wrong? There. What can go wrong will go wrong. Yeah, Murphy's Law's had me here, I think. I mean, even if they're packing up, which is a possibility, I mean, is it Tuesday? Yeah, no, I think they're setting up ready for the bank holiday possibly, but mind you, these guys probably travel everywhere and do different weekends, so maybe they're packing up, but it doesn't really matter. I don't think that I can stealth camp near this, can I? Can I? I mean, doesn't look like they're going to be active tonight. They'd already be open, surely. And there is some green space here. Oh, I wonder. I do have the feeling that if I did it here, I wouldn't be able to do a cook, and so I'd have to be switching things around and doing a no-cook camp. But that is a possibility. This is an interesting space, all right. What can I get away with in here? Oh, a house is just behind. I mean, it's a weekday, so I don't imagine the kids are going to be out too late around in these parts. I mean, it's a theory, I guess. There's a lot of up and down here. No really well hidden spots. I mean, could I just slap my bivvy here? If nobody walks up through this bit, I'd be safe as houses, but obviously I don't know what's happening. Need to make sure my gear's in the bivvy with me, which is not a problem. I feel that will help. Just kind of keep it open. If I was camping here, I don't think I'd need to worry too much about having my head underneath. It's not due to rain tonight. and that'll keep the condensation down to a bit of a minimum. It's quite mild and there's a lot of cover in here, so it's really mild in here. Yeah, like a spot like this I could get away with, but I mean, there are houses right there. The thing is, people are less likely to use this because they're there. Like, I could literally whack my bivvy in here, and who's going to spot me? Who's going to know I'm here? Just need to get some water. I mean, I don't know if you can see that, guys, but this little spot here, it's quite flat, and I don't think many people are going in and out of that because it's quite sort of low foliage. I feel like I could just put my bivvy right in there and I'd kind of blend in a fair bit. I could potentially cut a couple of branches down and put them across to kind of cover that opening there, and people wouldn't even see it, and I could maybe like or bend the trees across. How about that for an idea? So what I need now is some water. If I can get some water, that's going to be the trick. It's getting quite late. I don't know what time it is, but it must be getting on. And I need some water. I might have to go to a shop and ask, but I'm just going to see what's through here because it's nearby. And maybe out of the kindness of someone else's heart, I can get some more water, and that would be quite good. We'll see if we can't find somebody with an outside tap that I could ask their kindness to use. And then I'll need to get back there. That's the plan. Oh. These aren't going to have outside taps. I might go along here, because this was one of the options, croft fillers. Just give them a knock and say, excuse me, sorry to bother you, but can I have some water? Well, first hunt to see if anyone's got an outside tap at the front or side that I can see, and then I can just ask to use it without bugging them too much. Even if I see one at the front and I can get away with using it without somebody seeing me, that's not cool. I will knock and ask. Come on, somebody have a tap. Oh, I thought that was going to be a tap then for a second, but it wasn't. We've got a water butt. Oh, yeah, it's got quite late. If it wasn't this late, I'd probably just knock on the first door because I'm knackered and be like, excuse me, could you fill up this pouch and this bottle? But it's quite a lot to go through to ask somebody. And it's this late at night, and yeah, they could be a bit wary, so it's better if I can just do it myself outside, and I just need to ask permission to do so. Oh dear, I'm having to walk quite far. I don't think I'm finding one. I might just have to knock. The first one that looks half decent. Oh, they've got a hose there. No, that's not a hose, that's a charging cable. Oh. I don't think anyone's going to have an outside tap here. Every step here means a step back in that direction. If I get much further, I might have to just carry on and see if I can't find another spot. None of that was prime, to be honest. I'm still kind of en route here, so kind of heading in the right direction. I guess I could have gone back the other way to try to look for a tap, but part of me is thinking that that's not the best idea with the fare there. I think without them there, yeah, it's a fair possibility. Definitely need to be knocking and getting some water soon. The last thing I want is to have to go all the way back into town to go to a shop or a pub or something. So I'm sure I could get somewhere like that to provide me with some water, but There might even be a place on the refill app that I could check out, but I'd rather just find a tap. And I do have a cloth to rinse as well. See, when I see someone who got like the side of a house like that, I think, oh, they might have one, and then they don't, and I'm like, ah, crap. Oh well. Best check I'm still en route in a moment. Don't know if I need to go down that footpath or not. Yeah, got a few more houses to go by, but yeah, it's getting dark and I'm going to have to be using a light soon. That's going to make me stick out like a sore thumb. Imagine the footage is already getting a bit dark, but let's call it ambiance, eh? Or ambience, sorry. Ambiance. It's a comedy skit, I can't remember the guy's name. Ambiance all the time. Got it stuck in my head. I just need some wise person with a side or front tap. Oh dear. Or maybe even just somebody out in their front garden. I can just say, excuse me. And yeah, mind you, that said, I can just be rude and knock on the door, I guess. It's not exactly that rude. What time is it? Yeah, it's nearly 9 o'clock, so I don't want to be knocking too late. I need to do this quick, otherwise I'm going to get myself stuck, not even be able to knock. And it looks like some new builds over here. Might have more luck on one of these. You never know. They've got all charging points. It's all charging points on the side now, which is a good idea, but where's the taps when you need them? Ah, now I've run out of options. Ah, dear. It's so much simpler when I'm just filtering the water. This was one of the bits I wasn't looking forward to, having to rely on other people for water. I'm not the best at relying on others sometimes. I mean, it's just like flats or something. They might have like a communal tap. Keep my eyes peeled. I don't think they will have, but oh, I'll be testing the power of the smile this evening. That's for sure. See how far a smile gets me for real. I'm quite a proponent of it, really. I often say, power of a friendly face and a smile get you a long way. You got a closed off, kind of guarded kind of look to you. That's what you're going to get back quite often. Just one tap, that's all I need. I don't need lots of them, just one. Be good, be good. Oh, if there'd been one on that wall, that'd been good, wouldn't it? These are bungalows. That's elderly people. They're not going to like an interruption late at night from a strange person asking to use a tap. I'm pretty sure I've got to go down here. More. I mean, what's a person to think when I ask it this time of night as well? I mean, I can barely see now. It's all right out here where the lights are, but looking down the side of people's properties for a tap, that's barely going to be visible at this point. I mean, basically, if I don't find a tap that I can access easily, I'm just going to be knocking on the door of a random house and asking very politely and hoping not to get told to go away, but in less polite terms. I think I'll aim for houses where the lights are on maybe, but yeah, the worry is I might disturb like young kids or something. Right, these are without a doubt the last houses I'm seeing, unless there's new builds that aren't on the map. So I might have to ask. Oh, there's a family in there. Say a family. There's my wife. I could give them a gentle knock. I wouldn't ring the bell and wake people up. But yeah, they're just in there watching TV. Oh, yeah. I've got nothing for it. Just gonna have to knock. Right, well, the camera's going away because I'm less likely to be getting a positive response with you guys peering over my shoulder. Oh dear. Right, here we go. Well, they flat out ignored me. I don't really fancy my chances of finding anyone's going to answer the door at this time of night. But I'm basically out of options now. I might have to backtrack on myself. Oh, this is going to be really annoying if I have to backtrack. Excuse the really harsh light, guys. I'm just using my phone one at the moment. Nope. Oh wait, look, there are new builds here. Oh, I'm not out of luck yet. Oh, there are new builds. I need to be lucky still, but in fairness, some of these houses look a bit more approachable. Newer families, nicer people maybe. I'd like to think anyway. I might be prone to a bit of wishful thinking. I don't think I'll knock on the bungalows because, mind you, they're not going to have little kids, are they? Ah, that's something to be considered, isn't it? The problem is, long gone are the days where people actually bothered to have a tap out the side or front. They like to have it behind the gate, as if someone's going to be stealing all their water. I mean, let's face it, even if I took some water without being given permission, what am I really taking? Pence. This one's got some lights on and a bit of TV on. Those people are actually there by the... Oh, come on, someone have a tap. No, but they're definitely in, and they're elderly. They probably don't have little kids. They might be okay with a little late interruption. Okay. Oh dear. Rig. Yeah, let's go knock on their door. So I'm going to knock. So I'm going to knock and see what they say. Hopefully this time they actually answer the door. Good evening. Sorry to bother you. I'm on a long distance hike and I've run out of water. I wondered if you'd mind filling up a bottle and a pound for me.
Sure.
I mean, if you've got out of tap, I don't mind using that. If you'd rather, but, yeah. Oh, thank you. You're a lifesaver.
Are you doing the river? Or?
No, I'm doing London to Gloucester. So
Right,
it's
okay.
a properly long one.
Step in for a moment.
Are you sure? I don't want to
Absolutely.
intrude.
No,
Oh,
no,
thank you very much.
fine.
I left my mic running in hopes to get some audio, but then I took my bag off and forgot that it would just be dangling on the floor, so I have no idea how much of that actually came through. I need to check if I'm actually on my route, but I think I am. I've got a feeling I'm going down this little path here. They asked what I was up to, obviously, because of curiosity, in a nice way, not in a rude way. They were really lovely people. And I explained what I was up to. I didn't say it was for a YouTube channel. They don't look like the sort of people who are like avidly watching YouTube, but they were suitably impressed with what I was up to. And yeah, they wished me luck and gave me the water I needed. It's not as full as the last lady did it, but it's a pouch full of water, and she's done my bottle as well. So I'm like over the moon with that, absolutely over the moon. Some people are just absolutely brilliant. I thought I was done for there, guys. I honestly did, but just finding that new build spot, and not to make assumptions, but being that elderly, I figured they're not likely to have little kids like in bed just going to sleep, because that would be the worst thing. I've known that, obviously having two boys myself. The worst thing is you've just got the kids in the bed, they're settling down, and someone does something to interrupt the evening flow, and oh, the hassle then. Right. I'm going to take a moment to sit down on one of these benches. There's a lovely spot here. Yeah, so that's the water situation solved. I've got a bench to sit down at. I mean, that's an absolute win. Oh dear, that's put me in high spirits. Just chatting with nice people like that, it's lovely. Salt of the earth people really are. I doubt they'll ever see this video, but if you guys do, thank you very much. Yeah, as I said, I didn't really tell them it was for YouTube. I just kind of cracked on. So, oh, and there's my app just stopping right in the middle. It does that sometimes. Let's look at the plane. So I am north of where I'm supposed to be, but that's because I've obviously followed this, but essentially dead straight that way. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's going to get me to where I need to go. I mean, I'll see what it looks like when I get there. I'm going to be honest, if I didn't have a fire, I could get away with a few places here, because I'll be up at like basically the crack of dawn, and I could be away. And yeah, there were definitely some spots here that I could get away with. I could potentially even get behind a hedge and have a fire, but there's no fuel. But at this point, it's getting so late. I mean, it's nearly 9:30. I don't know that I really want to mess around with a fire right now and do cooking. It might be easier just to do the cold dinner and do the scrambled egg in the morning, because I literally just want to get to bed at this point. Right, time to crack on. But we have it. It's the key to success. The power of the smile has been proven once again. Fantastic. Like, look in that, there's like a big old gazebo here. I could camp in that, and as long as I'm away before the good residents wake up. Oh, that's wicked. What a nice little thing to have. Gazebo like that. So where am I crossing? Am I crossing? So not having a fire does open up a few options. But I guess this is the way to go. There's some water there. I have no idea if any of this footage is good, guys. I can't really tell on my light right now. There's a lot of street lighting around. I'm hoping I'm lit well enough. It seemed like it was reasonably okay when I did the McDonald's stealth camp. Seemed like the footage came across okay there. It's a little bit further between the lights here, so maybe there's been some dark patches. If that's the case, I do apologise, but you'll forgive me. I'm sure it's been a proper struggle this evening. Does that just dead end? Hold on. Hold on. If this just dead ends, no one's coming up here. What? That just dead ends. Where's this lead to? There's like a little track here. Oh, what is this? Where does this go? On the back here. I mean, this is probably a dog walking kind of area. What's this say? Keep dogs on lead, as we know that some people are less fond of them. Please help us, blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's like a rugby pitch. No, all the dog walkers are going to be through here in the morning. No, this is not an option. Okay. I mean, if that wasn't so nasty grain in there, okay. But yeah, this is not the option. I mean, potentially down there beside the fence, maybe. There's a dip here. Some flat ground in there. What's this like? I'm by the road, but if anything I've learned, the traffic noise is not a problem. This is it. This might seem crazy to some, but this is enough cover for me. Yeah, I'm just gonna pop you guys here. Yeah. This is not particularly stealth here in that I don't have a lot of cover, especially for the morning. However, I don't think that matters too much. I'm moving on in the morning. My priority really is to just try and not murder myself with too much walking. And I'll be honest, this is going to be a really lovely space. It's so soft. It's just grassed a little bit. That's lovely. Right. So I'm going to be quick. Ooh. There are bugs here. Okay. It's a bit mossy. With the light on, I can sort of see. That's why it's so soft. It's kind of moss and grass, but that's okay. I'm going to make sure I bring everything inside the camo. So that's my bag and everything, which I haven't done so far, but literally everything will go inside of me because of space. And yeah, I'm just hoping that that'll stop anybody from seeing me, because this is so flat, I can go any way around I like. So I'm going to have my head facing this way, which obviously makes it easy to get in underneath the tree, but also means anyone walking by will just see the other side of the camo and they won't see inside. And hopefully, if they're distracted by what they're doing, the minimal amount of cover I've got and the fact that that's camouflage colour, they might not notice me at all. So that might give me a little bit longer in the morning. But in all fairness, once it's light, I'm probably going to be up. I mean, I think the sun's rising that direction. So I'll have some time before it's like fully bright right here, which again will help with the camouflage in the morning. But I hope to see you guys on the next episode, when you'll see me clear out this spot and go and have my breakfast, hopefully the other side of this road, and cook up a little bit of scrambled egg, another dehydrated meal obviously, but one I've done before, so I'm pretty confident it'll work, but you never know. Yeah. That's definitely it for me. I can hear some sort of noise and I need to get this light off. So you take care, have fun.